Welcome back, y'all. This is class number 2. All right. So class number 1, it was really short. It was more like a introduction, but in this one, I'm gonna talk about one of the. I want to say it's not really a myth, but something that's overstated, right? Black people do not seek mental health services. So stick around, like, comment, share. Let me know what you think the reason is. And I'm going to break down some of the things that I came up with through my own personal study. And let's see. All right, so I'm sure you've heard it in class, whether you're a black psychology student or you're just a psychology student in general, or if maybe you were watching TV, right? And even now, today, we have a lot of celebrities, black celebrities, coming out and talking about their mental health. It's becoming in vogue now to talk about black people not utilizing mental health. We don't like to do that. That's what they say anyway. Is it true? There are ways to track it, right? But oftentimes, even though a source might be trusted, you gotta, kind of make your own inferences, right? That's like inferential statistics, right? You can have the numbers there, but what do they really mean? So we have to get down to the nitty gritty and find out, okay, if you do believe that we don't utilize mental health service like other communities do, I'm sure when you growing up, I don't know what generation anyone will be from who's watching the video, but you grow up and you know, people have the idea that going to the psychiatrist or the psychologist is for crazy people, right? You gotta be like one flew over the cuckoo's nest, and if you don't know what I'm referencing, Google it, right? But you don't necessarily have to be that way. So there's that, right? And then that idea is not really unique to the black community, right? That's like a generalization that I think all communities have, right? So black community is very connected and very invested in their churches, right? And this can be a good supplement. And oftentimes, what you'll find is that people will go to a pastor for counseling, right? Even now, today, you go to your pastor when you have marital troubles, right? This is probably the person who married you all. If you grew up in that church, that's the person you knew from summer Bible school and things like that, right? So this is a person who you trust and you were going to for relationship advice, life advice. You sit down and you listen to their sermons, and they give their interpretations of the parables that are in the Bible and things like that, right? And so we there might be as you look at something like that, is it that we are not utilizing mental health service, or we're not using what is traditionally thought of as a mental health service? Because we are seeking out the service, right, from non-traditional sources, i.e. the church. So I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like we're not utilizing mental health services. It sounds like we're not using a traditional one, right? Now, the other thing too is when you talk about religion, and I won't get too deep into that, a lot of it might be self-medicating too through the church, right? Like, let's say even if you don't um, go and seek out your pastor, right? You might consult the scriptures, right? You might get um, your guidance, right? That you might go sit down in a therapist's office, and you will, through the back and forth, kind of figure out what would be best for you to do, right? But in this case, using the scriptures in the Bible, uh, you can kind of streamline that, right? And you're really working internally. You're finding the motivation yourself. You're um, as they would say, intrinsically motivated, right? To find that solution. So that's just one example, breaking down the church and why it may not be necessarily true that we're not utilizing mental health service. Drop a comment below and let me know um, what you believe are some other things that we do in our community to um, utilize that mental health service and really work on what is troubling us, right? But do stick around, like, comment, share, especially if you're a psychology student. It's even more so if you're a black psychology student. So I will see you in the next class.